Hello and welcome to Operations with Void. This video is not our scheduled weekly video. I know this was the first request for a video that I've had. It is a speed run for Defense of Naval Station Newport. Since we just had a video of Defense of Naval Station Newport, rather than waiting and making this my Newport video 2 months from now, I decided to go ahead and knock it out now. And if I'm feeling in the mood and productive, hopefully next week I will have the second video where I have something requested. And well, if this continues and I continues to get special requests, then I will make today a request day. But otherwise, it's just an unplanned extra bonus for you guys who want to see something. So for today, it was just a game that I was doing, and I was just taking out AL Azur Lane Montpelier. It's a French town, well, French name, but it's a Cleveland class cruiser. Runs just like the Cleveland. Has a little bit better dispersion, a little bit more HP, but sacrifices half a second on the reload. There might be some other smaller details, but otherwise it's a premium copy of the Cleveland, so Cleveland can do the same things she can do and vice versa. Anyways, with that, we will get into our Battle of Newport. I will, for description or discussion or details on Newport, I will try to link in the previous video down below. But with that, let's get into battle. So here we are, we're running a Newport, and as I said before, this is not going to be so much of what I'm doing, as this is going to be a team battle thing, because one person, while it helps, one person cannot make a speed run for an operation. It has to be a team effort. So, as I discussed in my previous video, because the spawn is in the north, the next spawn will be center, and the final spawn will be in the south. So I was going to try and go to the left side, but decided against it so that I could be in position for the second wave as well. And so that is why I'm going to the left, so that I could be in a good position to start working on the second wave. Now, if you notice, not everybody is going for the first wave. And it's because, honestly, you don't need everybody for the first wave. 2 people could easily handle the entirety of the first wave, let alone 3. And usually when I'm by myself in a cruiser on Newport, I alone can more or less handle the first wave. And since I'm using a Cleveland, or any Tier 8 cruiser with HE pen, well, we can Citadel the deck of the Kuma with HE. Which I'm actually going to swap to AP here. Not leading far enough. But here, now that I have the broadside of all the cruisers as they come in, with the floaty enough shells to shoot over the island, so that I can shoot them and they can't shoot me, we more or less have this wave under control between me and the Z-23. The long haul, it's moving over to help, although he doesn't really have to. But if you notice, 3 of our other members are still on that side. One of them's moving over, but doesn't need to, whereas our destroyer is moving up to already intercept the second wave before it spawns. Which is good because he's not really useful over here, and he spawned too far away to do anything in the beginning. So now if you notice, we have a battleship who's moving over and to the where the third wave would spawn while he's shooting, providing supporting fire for the second wave. Porthos is already working on the Fubuki, and that leaves the rest of us to work on the other ships. So the Porthos torpedoes, since those are deep water, those are not for the Fubuki, those are the Bayern. I decided to try and help Porthos, but he doesn't need it. He's able to solo that Fubuki. I believe this Hsienyang has Hydro, and so that's how he's able to do it. So now the rest of us, we're working on the Moss, because torpedo ships first. But if you notice, the two of our battleships are already moving to where, well, one's already in the area for the third wave, one's moving over there, and both of our destroyers are already in position to go from second wave to third wave right away. As there's only 2 ships left in the second wave, the Congo has used his DCP, the Alba is mostly dead, and now the Congo has a permaflood and is about to get 3 permafires. In addition to being fired upon by battleships. So now the Anhalt, and the Chamonto are a little bit far away for the third wave, but that's okay because we already have 4 ships in the area for the third wave. And the Anhalt does have the gun range. Anhalt's an interesting ship. 15 350mm guns. It is probably the only German premium battleship where the main guns are the focus rather than secondaries. But that doesn't mean its secondaries aren't good. It still has decent secondaries, just not that many of them. If you notice, the Bismarck and the Z-23 are already down in the south. They're going to be able to moving there to help out with the former Baltimore, now Des Moines, the Romero, as soon as it spawns. The Anhalt, being this far away and being so sluggish, is not even going to try moving for the second wave. I threw shots out at the Alba, and then was looking at the York, but our Hsienyang got both of them with torpedoes. So here I am shooting at the Myoko, although I should be shooting at the Z-23, the other destroyers, which I will swap to them in a second. But if you notice, the Hsienyang, he can't catch up with the destroyers. So what he's doing is he's trying to get across the map as quickly as possible to get to the... I believe, yeah, he's going to go for the far spawn, since the Anhalt's going for where the Musashi would spawn. And Bismarck's already in position to stop the Myoko, and Bismarck and Z-23, their combined fire will take down the Myoko, and then they'll be able to take out the destroyers along with our other battleship and the Chamonto. And here's about where I make a big mistake. I have my Hydro running. There's destroyers in front of me. I know there's torpedoes coming. I see them in the water. If I turned in now, I would have dodged the torpedoes. I waited until it was too late. I turned in just in time to take both torpedoes on the nose. And so with this one destroyer left, normally I would run away. But I don't actually have time to run away or do anything. So I'm going to go and try and go after the spawns that come in. Just like I did in my previous game with the Harbin. Only this time I do not have torpedoes to help me. It's guns only. I wish I had torpedoes. And the reason why I don't have time to run away is because, well, you'll see the double strike come up in a moment. There's one and there's two. Z-23 got both of them as he was sitting right there. So even with a minute and 38 seconds left before the main attack spawns in. So here we are. Here I'm trying to set fires on the Gneisenau, so that there's one fire. Because I will be going up to get the broadside of the Ibuki. And for the Gneisenau, the only way to really do a lot of damage is fires. So there I set 2 fires. I think that's all the fires I'm going to set. I throw out a couple more salvos, hoping for a 3rd fire, but I'm not going to get it. Swap to AP for the Ibuki, where my bad aim or bad RNG, bad luck fails me. Because even at point blank range, I'm not getting all the citadels I should get. Or I need to get. Ibuki already gets 2 turrets on me. It's able to nearly, well, have the remaining health I had. I just keep AP hoping that I can get some AP pens before I'm destroyed, and I do get some AP pens. Gneisenau is half health, but if you notice, the All-Halt took care of, the All-Halt and the Shimanto took care of everything in this center. The Hsienyang took care of everything on the right. And that actually only left the Gneisenau on the left, which my teammates are able to easily finish off because it's already at half health. And that is where teamwork, everybody focusing on being in position at the last wave to kill everything immediately, even with Kitakaze having torpedo relay booster, really works. And as you can see, even with the mistakes and going down, well, being the only person, not the only person, but one of the 2 members of the team to sink, we still were able to manage 200,000 damage on only 260 hits, a total of 19 Citadel ribbons and 11 fires. And that actually managed to get us into 2nd on our team, even though this was a good team effort. Porthos and his Hsienyang, I need to remember, that is the wrong, that's Hsienyang versus Hsienyang. That's a different topic for a different time. Maybe I'll get a Hsienyang, but it's a city in China. Look it up. Anyways, Porthos is a good player, and he's the one who really helped us with this speed run. Although Solomon and his Z-23 being right there to take out the pursuing cruisers immediately also really helped with our timing as well. And then as for the time itself, the entire battle was only 10 minutes and 45 seconds, which is really good considering that the 10-minute mark is when the final wave is supposed to attack. Of course, I only spent 9 minutes and 58 seconds because I died a little bit too early, but oh well. We did quite a bit of damage anyways. With 163 damage in our main guns and another 34 damage in fires. The HE, while it only did 66k, well, 67k, the 34k from the fires also helped. And then our armor piercing with a lot less shells fired and half of those shells hitting, we had 96k in damage. So almost half was AP, almost half was HE, a good variety of both. And as for the guys now that killed us, we were able to do 52k damage to it, even though it eventually took us out. And with that, that's it for today. I hope you enjoyed this bonus video. As I said, it's just a bonus. It's probably not going to be a continuous thing, but who knows? If you keep giving me suggestions of play this or play that, I might be doing 2 videos a week. That, like the video if you like this, subscribe if you want to see more, or don't. I'm not going to tell you what to do. Have a good one, and I hope to see you again next week.